This is Russ Edgar, Avion Overlander. I want to show you something I've very recently done to the Avion to make our life more delightful. This is a sheet from a pressure tank made in Italy. I've located the pressure tank underneath my bed. That's on the road side of our Avion. I want to move over, and this is what we're looking at today. This is a pressure tank. It is pre-charged with air to be 30 pounds of pressure. It is about 20 inches long. It is about 12 inches high. And it holds 5.3 gallons of water, which means that about half of that water is usable for our system of water going in and out. It has a big flange on the front. You can see where I've connected things. I'm going to talk about how I plumbed it. With all this jumble of things down there, it may be difficult to follow, but I'll try to make it as easy as I can do. I started out, I put the tank in. The tank is screwed to the floor with 4 lovely big-headed screws with a washer under each screw. It is non-movable. On the front of the water tank, I'll put my finger right there, you can see there is a stainless steel, actually is what it is, a stainless steel male fitting that is 1 inch. So I went to Lowe's and I bought a 1 inch female with a 3/4 inch PEX on the other end. I screwed it in with some white tape, or Teflon tape, you can see it there. And then I crimped this little short piece of 3/4 inch PEX on there with 2 crimps, or 1 crimp as you can see. And then I put a valve in. Valve was off. Valve is on. Then I measured all these things so it would come out right. And then you have another short piece of PEX. Then you have an L, which is, that L has a reducer on it. If you look carefully, you can see that this white PEX and this white PEX are different sizes. This is because right here, there is a reducer. On this side of this fitting, it's 3/4. On this side, it's half. So my ring is on 3/4 here, but it changed to half over here. The reason I did that, and I'll put a little slant on it so you can see it, I wanted to run over, and if you're a plumber, you see I don't have any room between here and here. There is nothing much there. So I wanted to run straight down to a T. I cut this with my cutters, took a piece out, made sure a T would fit in there, and then I put this on the T, the white part that comes up, before I put the T on, because there was no way to be able to crimp it on the T after it was in line. So I built that little thing first, put the T in, crimped both ends of it, then came back up the top. I put a L in with 2 crimps, crimped it tight. I was in business. I have water that runs back here. All I had to do was go up front, turn on the water pump, and have it. I walked up to the front of the coach, showing you the board that has all the adjustments on it. I'm going to reach up, and I'm going to turn on the water pump. It is, you are listening carefully to the video, the pump did not come on. That's because there is water in the pressure tank. I have moved over to the sink. It's got some dishes I need to wash. And I'm going to run some cold water out. And you see, if you're listening carefully, the pump did not come on. So I'm going to have to run some water to cause the pump to come on. And it depends on how much was in the tank. I may have to run up as much as 2 gallons of water to make the system cycle. Now, if you're out boondocking, you have to pretend a little bit here. There we go. I'll bring down, maybe you can hear it. Pump is on. It will run, even though I've shut off the water, it will run until that pressure tank is full. Then it will shut off. Yes, water is rushing, even though you can't see it. I know it's there. It's rushing into that pressure tank. It is pushing against that bladder, and that bladder is building up pressure. As soon as it's full, the water line will be pressurized to 30 pounds. This pump is still running. And then we'll be able to use water without the pump on for at least 2 gallons of water. That's hot water or cold water. It doesn't make a bit of difference to this outfit. Bought the water tank from a place online that's based in Miami, Florida. The pump is guaranteed for the water tank, guaranteed for 3 years. The bladder that's inside the water tank is kind of unique. If you look at the water tank carefully, I'll bring it down so you can see, it has a large flange on the front and lots of bolts. You can unbolt it and you can replace the bladder that's in it. So it will last actually a very long time. For your information, this cost me about $107 or so delivered to my home. If you do it yourself, this is something you need or something like it. It's a PEX crimp tool. This is inside the tool kit. That is a PEX crimpers. They do an excellent job, and they have them for 4 different sizes of PEX. I, in general, only use 1/2 inch and 3/4 inch. Right. 2 other things that I use when I'm doing PEX projects. The item there in the yellow container or plastic is a remover tool. I make mistakes when I do stuff, and it's very easy to remove the PEX ring, and I'm going to show you that in a minute, with this tool. The other item, the red item, is a PEX cutter. Actually, I've used it to cut lots of different things, but it's what was purchased to cut PEX. What you see in the middle now is a shark bite 3/4 inch PEX ring. What this is, bring it closer to the camera, it's just a perfectly round, pretty heavy duty piece of copper that has been coated with something to make it look nice. But that's all it is. The crimper crushes the copper and makes a very secure. I'm going to sign off now. I hope I've given you some food for thought of what you can do. You can pay somebody to do this, but most people can do this very easily. You have to pay somebody. You have to use your credit card to buy the tank, and if you do not have the tools, you have to buy the tools. But I found over my life that you can buy the tools a lot cheaper than you can pay for somebody to do the job that you need done. We're going to leave you now. If you have a comment, you can certainly make it. I will reply to it, as you know. If you have time, I would really appreciate subscribe. We're already up to 47 subscriptions, and it would be great if we could get some more. Be safe out there and have fun.